Peace and blessings, glory, glory to the eternal, forever living God. I thank your God for the rest that he has poured on us. I thank your God because your God been fighting for you before you even know that you was you. I thank your God for all the wonderful things that he has done to protect you, to lead you, to provide for you in your life this whole time. God, he reigns on the just and the unjust. Just because a person is doing bad doesn't mean that God isn't protecting and watching over them. It's just when they go against what he is telling them to do is when they get toe up, jacked up, and beat down by the hand of God. God loves everybody, but you can never change what he said. Now, for the topic for tonight, and I've been allotted. I'm on sanctioned time. God, he let me do this show. He told me when to do it. Like right now, I can't even leave the house until I do this show. So I want to hurry up and pump this out. And I already know I might have to make two different parts of the show. But in order for me to do this show, we have to get a proper understanding of what hoe means.
Hoe.
Got to get a proper understanding. Okay. It has two generalizations. Gardening tool, a long-handled tool with a flat, thin blade used for weeding, loosening soil, and sharpening the ground, shaping the ground. Okay, the slang term, an offensive and derogatory slang term for a sexual promiscuous woman, often spelled hoe. So that'll be the topic for the night. You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering, does hoe code shape the way that we look? Does it shape the way we think? Is it a problem? Is it too many hoes? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of questions that I would like to ask just on this 304 culture. So don't be mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Don't be mad at me. I'm already up here on sanctioned time. God gave me the green light. I can talk about it. And I only bring things before y'all that God puts before me and he allows me to talk about. So we here now. So I want you to put on your grown man pants, and I want you to put on your grown man's, your woman. I want you to put your grown lady skirt on, and we're going to sit and have adult conversations about our community, of how it's being affected. I want to hear what your people got to say. All of us. Not just the hoes, you know what I'm saying? Not just we not just going to look at it the aspect of what we looking at whole life is, or this would be a pimp document. It is not. This is up for the uplifting of the black community, because when you are given the knowledge, you should be set free. When the knowledge is brought to you, you should have a choice to make. So we're gonna go in this. It's a lot of different questions I would like to ask, but I want to look at it from all the different angles, from everything that our people is saying, not just the hoes. So let's go ahead and get into this for tonight.
Until you see all your other friends around you getting married, and everybody's life is growing into a direction that you're still in the club at 38, 35. You're still in the club and you saying, damn, you done been in everybody baby shower and you done been 12 bridesmaids and no ring is coming. So this is, and it's unfortunate that I got to say that, but this is what happened. And them dresses expensive.
Start rejecting the bridesmaids offers.
Girl, I got so many bridesmaid dresses before I got my ring, so it's not fun. So my thing is that, don't play with your young years. Those are your best years, yes. And also as you get older, it's great years too in a different way, but don't play with your young years. If you're going to waste your time just being a hot girl, sleeping with him and him and him, and to each his own, to each his own.
I think our sisters need to denounce this behavior amongst our youths, to the women. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I know about sexual liberation and all of that, but as you look at black women, who is oppressing them? The men that they choose to be with. So that tells me that they need to make better options on the men that they are choosing to be with.
No judgment here, but I'm just saying that you have to consider your years. And you can't expect a man to see you running for Miami every year, you in Dubai, you doing every single thing that give nothing as wife material and then expect to be married.
I can't go to
Can't
Dubai.
expect that. You can go to Dubai and get this on if you want to.
Oh, wow. What? Wait.
That's what they do. You can do whatever you want
Wait,
to do.
Dubai getting pissed on. What if...
That's not every situation, but I'm just saying, everyone have different things that they're doing in their lives, right?
What's the correlation there?
You don't know the correlation?
That's
There's a narrative that
yeah.
women are flying over there and being urinated on for a hefty bag.
Hefty bag.
I actually just saw. Well, that's because you're young.
It ain't because she's young. This is her age going over there.
No, they've been going over there since before I was her age. They was over there.
So I don't understand why women in general, they don't understand that a woman carries her value at a young age. She actually does. Every single thing that she is worth, she carries it at a young age. And the older the woman gets, the more it's taken away from that price, from that number, from that value. A man, we have to agree across the board of all peoples. A woman already carries her value, and it diminishes when time progresses. A man gets his value later in life, when he builds himself up. So can we at least meet right down in the center of what my statement was? A woman, she has her value at a young age, so she got to do something with it. She only got so much time. My brothers, they say a woman hits the wall at 40. My brothers tell me, and I'm talking about all black men across the board, it don't matter what state they in, we all have this collective thought. We have a collective talk, and we're all saying the same thing. My brothers, they say that a woman will hit the wall at 40, meaning that she already to the point to where she's not valued at anything like that no more in her life. And then she takes down her value when she has sex with all these men. But it's said that if a woman is not married by the age of like 30 or something, they will never get married. So that lets me know that a woman needs to put a marriage and the nuclear family. She needs to put that in her mind at a young age if that's what she wants. And the damn shame is, after they have they call it a hoe stage or a hoe phase or something like that, they call it. After she done did that, she's valueless. She's not worth anything to a man after that. So when we having this conversation, you have to be able to meet us all in the middle of whatever's being said. Okay, you can have your thoughts and your opinions. That is granted to everybody. But we still have to have a middle line of agreement where you can't step across this because this is what's right. You can't step across that because we all know that that's wrong. So we have to be able to meet in the middle. And only mature people can have this conversation with me. Because a lot of people that just start throwing shots. Who are you to say this? Who are you to say that? I only say these things because I love you. To all my sisters out there, the only reason why I say these things, to lace you and pepper you with this game so you can know, so you can't be denied. I don't want to hear no more sorrow stories of some 40-year-old chick and she's not married and she ain't got no man. She ain't got no man because she didn't want a man at a young age when her value was more valuable. But let's continue. Let's get deeper in. Now, this is the aftermath, and a lot of females, they wouldn't even care. They don't care. They really don't care because they only care about they good times right now. And they just using up their bodies. They really are. But this is the aftermath when you decide to bring a gang of different men around your children. That is not good. You know what I'm saying? I tell all the young women, you know what I'm saying? I tell all of them, even the women that I mess with like that. And they tell me, well, Jehoshaphat, you could come over to the house. No, you got to make me work for something like that. Just like I wouldn't bring you into my kingdom without making you work for it. You have to work for the woman to come around me like that. She got to work for me. I got to see her value. If she don't have no value in her, what is the purpose of me having this woman come around me like that? It'd be pointless and a waste of my time. But this is the aftermath of when you decide to have a lot of men come around your children.
Feel like you want to express yourself to your mama, but she told you to shut the fuck up and take your black ass in the room. You don't know what that feel like. You don't know what it feel like to have questions about, damn, why is so many different niggas over here playing daddy and my real daddy ain't around? I ain't getting no real conversation about that. So guess what? You think I was allowed to question my mama about that or even call and question my daddy? No. So now when I'm grown, when a nigga question me, what do you think I believe is the appropriate way to approach a bitch questioning me or a nigga questioning me about why I ain't show up or why I ain't come? So I'm a grown man and when my baby mama saying, damn, you said you was coming and you ain't come. Fuck you, bitch. You don't run me. Because this how a bitch did me when I was a child. And then guess what? When you say, oh no, baby daddy don't talk like that. Like this hurting our kids. My inner child is saying, so what? A bitch did it to me? Nigga ain't never gave me no explanation for why they ain't show up for me. His ass will be all right because I turned out all right. In my perception, from my reality, I turned out straight. So little John that you keep calling and crying like he just gonna be so hard up. If I ain't there, that nigga be all right. Tell him I love him. I'll be around there. No, listen to what I'm saying. This is the shit that is perpetuating within our community. And if I break this shit down from a woman's space, a lot of us got a little girl in us with so many deficiencies. So many times we was let down and felt abandoned. Right? And then now when we grown and you're a grown woman and you have to manage your emotions, you have to feel for another woman, you have to be considerate, you can't do it.
This is why we say do better. We all have tough childhoods. I'm pretty sure if you black and then you in America and you're not raised in a you have your mother and your father and they in the same unit and they married, you didn't have a rough life. All of us. But just because we had a rough life doesn't mean that we should project this stuff onto our children. So to me, when you have, okay, if you're a single parent, your sole life should consist on what you're doing for your children. It should not be around about you. You shouldn't be worrying about going to the club with your homies. You shouldn't be worrying about going to the club with your girls. But then some of us, we go over the top and we do things for our children, and then we put ourselves in poverty because of it, because, oh, I want to give my kids certain things that we never had. Okay, that's understandable. My hand is all the way up to Zion. I was in that same position, wanting to see my kids with me and their mother in the same house. Me giving my kids things that I have never had before, and me being the father that I had never seen in my life. Now, it's cool to do for your kids, but it's better to build up for their future the money that you got right now that you're willing to spend on them. Their future, you giving them a good plant of some money or them just stacking up their money and being able to have it when they do leave the nest, they will be better off. But when you bring all these different men and women, because it's on both sides, I learned the woman, when my children were young and they wasn't adults yet, I had to think, I can't keep on bringing all these women around my children and I'm just using them for sex. Now, remember, we having adult conversations. I'm going to speak logically. I'm going to speak honestly. Okay, now, I'm a man and I have boys, so it really doesn't affect the boy. But when it comes to a little girl, it messes that little girl up. You know what I'm saying? To see all these different men with her mama like that. So our sisters, y'all got to think about what y'all doing. Your children, when you decided to have that child and to lay down with that man, if he was going to be in your life or if he wasn't going to be in your life, you decided to have that child. So when you decided to have that child, you decided to take on all these responsibilities of the mother, and I can't say the father, but then the mother. And if you going to be a mother, be a damn mother. You know what I'm saying? You sacrifice your life out here when you start having children, because it's no longer about your life anymore. I know you want to see better for your children. I know you want to see them have things that you ain't never had and put in places that they ain't never seen before and have experiences on life that you yourself have never had. So when you have children, I don't care that you're 21. I was young when I started having kids. I was barely 20. You know what I'm saying? 20. So I sacrificed my 20s and my 30s for my children. Didn't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I had to think about it. But far as in what I was missing, I didn't miss anything. What could I missed out in the world besides from a couple trips to the county, a couple fights? What are you really missing by sacrificing for your children? They're supposed to take care of you in your elder years if you're a good parent. A lot of parents now, y'all treat y'all kids crappy, and then y'all wonder why they don't be there for you in your older years. But we gonna dissect this, and we gonna look at the whole culture of a hoochie mama, because it affects men and women. It really does. Little girls and little boys are affected what we do with our bodies when we're not willing to keep ourselves holy and be sanctified. They need to see that in you. You a mother raising children. They need to see a set apart, a sanctified, holy woman in you, or your little girls will never be able to play that role in their own life because they couldn't even see they mama do it. Same thing when it comes to a man. Now, okay, if you show your children all them years that you a hardworking man and they just sorry, they was going to be sorry no matter what. So I understand, but let's continue.
For it. But hey, here we go.
Let's go all the way back.
Now, what I'm getting ready to say today, I know I ain't gonna get too many amens on this right here. Okay, I already know I ain't. I'm prepared for it. But hey, here we go. So I'm talking to my brothers today. Okay, because y'all be so caught up in the breast, booty, hips, and thighs until you don't even recognize that you gonna be dealing with a whole Jezebel or Delilah.
And I had to find out the hard way. I told God, I said, God, I don't want no more hoes in my life. I had to change my ways. Me, Jehoshaphat Israel, had to stop lusting for a 304, for a hoochie mama. And when you ask God to take something away from you, because you got to remember, works without faith is dead. God want to see what you are willing to do. You can ask God for anything that you want to ask him for. But what are you willing to do? I was willing to change my ways. I was willing to stop messing with all of those women. I was willing to stop playing women. I was willing to stop sleeping with all of these women and bringing them around my boys like this is something normal. This is something that normal for a man to do. So as a man, I had to change my ways, my way of thinking. Now I'm older in years, much greater and older in years, but I still had to break myself from the lusting and the want of a 304, a woman that carries herself a certain specific type of way.
Okay. So what is a Jezebel and Delilah? It's one that would trample all over you. It's one that would disrespect you. It's one that would shame you. She is one that will mollywop you. That's right. She will take you down through there. Okay. And so with that said, a lot of brothers end up marrying a wicked wife, as the Bible classifies women. Okay. It's either you're faithful or either you're wicked. A wicked wife ain't gonna.
He calls them a contentious woman because a contentious woman, an imperialistic woman, will never be satisfied. Continue, sister.
Pray for you. She ain't gonna cover you. She ain't gonna respect you. She's not gonna honor you. She's not going to be mindful of you. She's gonna do what she want to do, when she want to do, how she want to do, and who she want to do it with. She's not gonna consult with you. She's not gonna ask you anything. She's just gonna tell you. She gonna overtalk you. She gonna overthrow the authority that God has handed to you. Yeah, this is what a wicked wife is going to do. And a lot of y'all brothers are suffering in silence, just like a lot of women are suffering in silence dealing with these men that are unfaithful. Listen, it's a whole lot of you brothers that's out here walking around with high blood pressure, walking around stressed out, walking around.
Because he went out on the outerly appearance of what the woman, that's what drawed him into the woman, is his lust for that woman. That's the only quality that he had. And my brothers, you gonna burn, you gonna crash, because that's a headache and that you don't want. It's a reason why God says that he doesn't want us with a contentious woman, because there is nothing that you will ever be able to do to be able to satisfy this woman and the lust that she has. She has an empty void inside of her life, inside of her heart, that she's always trying to put stuff inside of it that she'll never be able to fill because she don't want God. God said that God is the only one that will satisfy a man or a woman. That's what turns us into faithful. That's what turns us the maturity level. That's what gives us our values. That's what gives us our principles and our morals and our aspect at life, the foundation before at the grounds of our feet.
Around frustrated, walking around mean, mad, bitter, angry, all other things, right? It's because you mess around and find out that those breasts, booty, hips, and thighs, baby, led you down to a path of death and destruction. That's right. Because the Bible is very clear on what kind of wife that you should be looking for. You should be looking for a wife, number one, who has.
Now at the grown age that I am now, and I had to mentally break myself of lusting after a 304. Now I know what I want out of a woman. Now I know what I need out of a woman. Now I know what I will accept and what I won't accept. When you meet the most horriblest women and then you don't change from that, you just repeat a cycle. So when it comes to a man or a woman, it's on that mindset. What do we want? You know what I'm saying? Because you get what you pay for. You get what you want. That's what I wanted. And I suffered because of it. That's what I'm saying unto you, my brothers out there in the world. The qualities that woman has, just because she got a cute face, a nice rack, and a big old wagon, don't mean that's going to be good for you like that. Doesn't mean that at all. That's just the lust inside, your eternal man lusting, your body lusting after that woman. But she doesn't have anything that would be proficient to take you in your life if something bad happened to you. Same things vice versa with the woman, with the man that she's looking at. That man doesn't possess any good qualities or attributes about himself that's going to take you the long term of your life. So a lot of people in this whole culture, they never came out of it. I came out of the whole culture. You know what I'm saying? You listening to a man that bought prostitutes at 5 years old. Was trying to learn, the pimps on the blocks was trying to teach me how to be a pimp at 5 years old at a young age. So I came out of the whole culture. I seen it all the drug use, all the pimps, all the pushes, all the women getting beat up in the back of the alleys, what the pimp did to his whole, you know what I'm saying? I seen all of that stuff at a young age. But it still rested on my mind of me coming out of the culture.
The heart that will honor God, because when she honor God first, she ain't gonna have no problem with her honoring you. That's right. And she gonna respect him before she learn how to respect you. Because she respect him, she respect herself, and she gonna respect you. So I'm gonna help you today, brother. Stop looking at the outward appearance of a woman because she's beautiful. Look at the inside of her. And how do you do that? You test her.
That's the only thing that matters when you look at a woman or a man. What are the qualities, the attributes that they already have internally in the person? Because that is what you're going to thrive off of. They natural. We're not talking about money. We're not talking about cleaning nothing or fixing nothing. No, we're not talking about that. That's the additive that you get from messing with a faithful person. But what do they possess on the inner side of them? Because it always comes out. Give it a little time. Give it a little couple of months. That ugly face that they was hiding, it always will come out.
Test her attitude, test her gratitude, test her appreciation. Stop giving these women everything that they want. It don't work like that. And then you're going to find yourself on somebody's bedside being a weeping willow.
I had to find out the hard way, sister. You know what I'm saying? I had to find out when you give a hoe anything that she wants, she just gonna want more. You know what I'm saying? She's just gonna want more, and she's not gonna be satisfied like that. So listen, sister, thank you for coming to the show today. Thank you for coming to the show today, love.
Trying to help you today, tomorrow, and forever. Take it from me. I'm a woman. I've been both. I've been a wicked woman and a righteous woman. Okay? So I know how both sides go. So brothers, listen to your good sis today. Look at the inward part of that woman and stop being deceived by the outskirts.
And you can't hide that. With my sister, when you look at a man or a woman, for a man thinketh, therefore he is. Whatever's in a man is going to come out of him, sister. You can't hide that. You can't paint that up. You can't put another t-shirt and a pair of pants on him and then call him a man like that. You can't do that, because whatever is on the internal of that man, he's going to show you what he is, what he wants, and what he will do to you. A lot of different people, they disguise it and they masquerade it and they lie about it and they try to put different paint up, different. Oh, she's not like that. Oh, he's not like that. Oh, she'll never do me like that. Oh, he ain't did me like that. But they showing you all the signs that they will, and they have, and they continue to do these things. So it rests on the mindset of a man and a woman to come out of the whole culture. To come out of it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come out of the whole culture. But let's get more into this.
This ain't so bad, women. Y'all can beat me up in the comments. But I feel like it's a lot of women.
Sister, thank you for coming to the show tonight. Thank you for coming to the show tonight, lovely.
The reason why it's a lot of these men that's evil. If it's from his mother, if he was hurt by his mother, like, think about it. I just feel like it ain't fair for me when it comes to having these kids. Men don't get no say so. Women will dead serious keep a baby, even though they know that her and that man ain't had no relationship or whatever, because she feel like she gets something from it. When the man say he don't want nothing to do with it, and he pay the money to get rid of it. But let that be on the other hand, and the woman don't want to keep the baby.
Now I gotta put this across the board for everybody to hear. I'm not with abortion. Anytime a woman will sit up there and go out and abort a baby, that means that you just killed the family. You killed your son, and they don't even think like that. Black women in America abort over 20,000 babies every single year just for lust, because they can't control their own sexual urges. I'm not for abortion. That's one of the reasons why this country is being judged by God right now. And we live in the days, but we don't see the end effect of it. But your brother, I'm not for abortion. If you don't want to have children, don't have sex. You shouldn't. This is what I think. You should not have sex unless you are married. I practice what the hell I preach. I'm one of the few men in the world that can tell you I practice whatever I tell y'all. That's what the hell I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? To please my God, so he can continue to keep me in the fold of his favor and his grace and his blessings. So I practice what I preach, but I'm not for abortions. If you want to have sex, you got to get married. You should not have sex outside of marriage. You should not create a child and bring them in this world and they don't have a mama and a daddy. That's what we call a bastard. That's what we call a plague on society. These children grow up and they be the misfits. These same children grow up and they be the have-nots, but at the same time, they be the terrorizers of our communities. And so many of them are born hating life because they don't have a mama or a daddy. And people really can't tell me anything, because I was in the foster care service and I remember how I felt as a child not to have a mama or a daddy to turn to. You know what I'm saying? Where's my mama? Where's my daddy? Do you know how much pain that feels inside somebody's heart? You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, all you could think about is your lust of your wants. So, you know, your brother, I think differently. If you're not married, you should not be out here having sex. If you're not willing to marry that woman, you should not even be messing with her like that. But once more again, some of your brothers and sisters, we practice what we preach and we're trying to be holy for God. It doesn't matter what we want. You know what I'm saying? We done already crucified this flesh. It doesn't matter what we want. It's what God wants and what God wants of us.
She could just get rid of it. I just feel like it's not fair to make somebody be. Yeah, I know y'all be saying, oh, people should be out here having unprotected sex, but my thing of it is stuff happen. So that means somebody should be punished for 18 years. I just feel like when it come to men, it just ain't fair. Even when you think down on men being evil, I feel like it's a woman behind every evil man. If it's from his mother hurting.
Now, what was the old saying? Behind every great man is a great woman. So why would it be any different from what this sister said? She said behind every evil man is a evil woman. Why wouldn't y'all take that to be the truth? You're going to have to meet your brother Jehoshaphat Israel right here down in the middle. We're having adult conversations. I don't want y'all running from this. You know what I'm saying? Because already I said the things that I said, and half of the world just left because they're not mature enough to handle this conversation that we are having right now. They're not able to. So they just going to keep on running from it. But it's always going to hunt them down. It's always going to plague them. It's always going to be something that's burdensome to their life because they're not willing to heed the warning. My bad, sister. Go ahead, beautiful.
If it's from him getting hurt in high school, you know, from first love, because when you think about these men that been in a relationship with their high school crushes and high school love, a lot of times their relationships damn near be perfect. I'm not talking about all of them, but a lot of them, because that man hasn't experienced hurt yet, and he been with the same woman, so he treat her right, he treat her good. I feel like women are more evil and vindictive than men. Even when I be looking at it like, and this me speaking from being a mother, baby mama, whatever you want to call me, a mother of several kids, I still feel how I feel when these women be out here. Let a man tell me he don't want nothing to do with no child, baby. You ain't got to do nothing to tell me once. If I don't get rid of it, I'm damn sure not finna be hunting no man down here to take care of no kid and forcing no man to do right by no kid. And I done seen a lot of women who get a great man, got several baby daddies, and some of them ain't no good, but the one that's good, that do everything for his kid, that he get the worst end of the stick. He get done the worst if he get the kid held over his head, dangle it like a carrot. They do everything for their kids. They show up everywhere they can and they get it the worst. I feel like women just more evil than men. We can't say that. It's a lot of men present in their kids' life. It's a lot of men that go to doctor's appointments, show up at school, do all the same stuff that women do. It's men out here that does that. And I feel like,
Now, when it comes to my brothers out there, I really meant what I said. You got to make a woman work for it. You really do. I can say the same thing to my sisters. I can tell them, hey, sister, you got to make a man work for it. And that's important. It is. But I feel the same way when it comes to a man. You know what I'm saying? To my brothers out there, just to have that chick floating around your life like that, she's got to be worth something. You know what I'm saying? So if I would say that to my brothers about the women that they're messing with, what do you think I would say to my sisters about the men that they're messing with? They have to make them work for it. If they really love you, if they really locked in like they say they is, they gonna put in that great time. They gonna move across all them great hurdles and move all them great boulders off of their head. And they gonna do whatever they gotta do to get in your life like that. And it'll be something that is genuine. You'll be able to tell if it's fake or if it's phony. But I suggest for any of y'all, you know what I'm saying, any of my brothers and sisters out there on both sides, you have to make them work for it. Nothing is given for free. The only thing that is free in this lifetime is taxes. You're going to be paying taxes and you're going to die one day. That come for free. Other than that, everything else costs.
them men just don't get enough credit. It's a lot of evil women out here. And I feel like
It's a lot of evil men too. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to my sisters out there. It is a lot of dog men out there. I always wondered why y'all all be sleeping with the same men. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not sleeping with good men because a good man is going to make you work for it. And you be like, whoa, Jehoshaphat, that's something that a woman would say in the 1950s. But people give away their bodies so damn frequently and so loosely that sex has no power anymore in it. Sex used to be something that was powerful, you know what I'm saying? That'll make or break a woman, that'll make and break good relationships, that will build a man up to be a king, that'll build a woman up to be a queen, just on the love making between those partners. But there is no value in sex and love making. There's nothing value. It's given away so free. And then they wonder why they got 10 kids. They got 10 baby mamas. Because they wasn't able to take their sex and it meant something to them.
The reason why it's a lot of evil men, and the women, us women who mean these evil men, is because we need them later on in life after they done been hurt and they already done been through their trauma and their pain. The thing good is they do need to heal, but yeah.
Thank you, sister, for coming into the house that God has made for tonight. We sure appreciate your topics and your point of view on every single thing that you said. And my brothers and my sisters who are listening, they're going to consider. Some of them going to reconsider, but some of them are going to consider. Let's get some more people up in here. Like I said, I might have to break this up into 2 parts. Hopefully. Okay. God said I got the time now, right? But if I have to, I will come back on the same topic because it's very important.
I gave y'all the difference between a provider and a simp and a trick, right? Okay. Simps, poor simps. I actually feel bad for simps, but we're not talking about them.
But every man got to come out from being, when a man realizes that a woman she don't carry her chastity like we were taught when we were kids, hopefully he'll come out of that. But a lot of men will never come out of being a simp, and they'll always make it more harder for every man because women will think that every man is a damn simp. Like all last week, like for 3 weeks, I kept on telling the sisters, I kept on telling y'all, not every man is attracted to you like that. It's not. There's nothing you can do about that. Every man places a certain value on a woman, and every value that a man places on a woman is different from the next man. So women are worth more to other men in other men's eyes. But being a simp, a man got to come out of that. You know what I'm saying? He got to come out of that, and he makes it harder because the woman think that all the men act the same, and we do not. Continue, sister. My bad.
Men today have started to opt out of being providers, and now they want to be tricks.
Where are the providers?
Because it's much easier. Like I did the whole show not too long ago where I talked about this. You know what I'm saying? I really talked about it. It is more better for me just to be a trick. And you'd be like, damn, Jehosa, damn, I don't want to be a simp. A simp gets ran over. A simp gets taken advantage of. I had a whole conversation with all my brothers that is around me, and we all came to the same conclusion. A man is going to pay for it no matter what. So a lot of men are opting off to being tricks because they just don't want to deal with the headache that a woman will put them through. But then it goes back into the quality of the woman that we are pursuing as men. Sorry, sis. Go ahead.
Where are the providers?
Should you pay the box or not? Honestly, in your opinion.
Ain't no more. All the providers, they're young right now, and they're getting married. They're in their 20s. You know what I'm saying? They're in their early 30s. They just got married, and they're providing for the woman that they love. Ain't no more providers out here. It's only simps and tricks. There is nothing. Oh, I forgot. Hoes. So there's hoes, simps, and tricks out here. This is why they say the dating market is so damn horrible right now. And if you have somebody, you should try to make it work. This is why all your brothers and sisters are saying that. If you got somebody right now, you should try to make it work with them because it's horrible out here.
Women have become legit prostitutes, and they don't see it. And they're learning from prostitutes how to think like prostitutes to the point where they don't see that they're moving and behaving like prostitutes. A man said to me the other day, how do you find a good woman? I said, it's hard because too many women stand next to hoes that you can't tell the difference. You can't tell the difference anymore. They try to look just like them. You can have a girl that could be a whole professional woman who's never been around the block, right? But yet and still she's wearing something that a 304 would wear. And she dressed the same exact way as her. You ever see the girls go out now, they go out with this sheer thing where it's completely see-through? And then she says that I'm not a hoe. I'm like, you think a man gonna see you the other way? That was night walkers' outfits. People that walk the streets at night. That's what there's outfits. But now girls wear it, talking about I'm classy. That's crazy. But again.
So when did it start? You know what I'm saying? When did women start looking at the hoes that they seen in the streets? You know what I'm saying? Because there's a difference between a hoe and a lady. A woman is supposed to be ladylike. She's supposed to carry herself in a certain fashion. It's a certain way to be a woman. It's a certain way to dress. It's a certain way to talk to a man. It's a certain way that they behave around that man. But then the majority of women, they have fell into the whole culture. So you don't see in 2026, starting from, let's say, 2008, you know what I'm saying? The classy, sophisticated woman, she died or something, you know what I'm saying? Or it's so moderate, it's so few of them that you don't see them around. But look at what's being promoted. The whole culture, you know what I'm saying? The whole culture. So this is why we as men, we say the majority of women, we can't really tell the difference between y'all like that because that's how y'all be looking and that's how y'all dress. And I don't want to hear my sisters coming in talking about body positivity and body liberation and a woman should wear anything that she wants. If she's a woman, then she should act like a woman. If she a woman, she should present herself as a woman, somebody that is ladylike. And a woman that is a lady, women aren't ladies no more. A woman that is a lady, she carries herself in a fashion. They know what that is. They just don't want to be that way no more.
You say it, you're the problem. Oh, he's insecure with me. No, you look like one of the prostitutes. It's just what it is.
What they do?
Look, I just want to let y'all know because y'all get on Sabrina Carpenter's internet and just say any doggone thing. There is no such thing as a hoe phase, okay? If a hoe had a phase, she's a hoe always. That is not something that comes and goes. It's something that's in you and it's going to always be in you. Don't let no hoe tell you no different. It is not a human, common, lived.
And it starts off at a young age from what our daughters and what our nieces and what our granddaughters are listening to, what they're looking up to, what they are promoting in our own black culture. It starts at a young age. You know what I'm saying? It starts at an age. Look what our sister said. She said, If the hoe, there is no hoe stage. You're either a hoe or you're a lady. You're either one or the other. There is no in between in this. Just like I told you at the beginning of this, you got to meet me right down in the center on this conversation. And there has to be some undeniable truths. It has to be. What did our sister say? Let's go back.
Female experience to have to go through a whole phase. I ain't never been through no whole phase. I guess maybe I should define what a whole phase is. You know what? It don't really matter because however you define it, I guarantee you it does not apply to my life. I ain't never had no whole phase. I don't even know what you mean by that. But
then why are black women, why are our sisters is telling all our other sisters it's okay to have a whole phase? And then why do they believe that? Because a reformed hoe, a old hoe, you would never have a husband. You would never have you will always have that man up in your life smacking you and hitting you and stealing from you and sleeping with all your sisters and your mama and your cousins and stuff. So hoes don't get married like that. When you become a hoe and you enter into the life of being a hoe, either you're getting paid for it or not. Because that's what God said. God said, damn, the prostitute came and brought me the money. I can't accept that from her. I can't accept her sacrifice, but at least she knows she a hoe. That's what God said. He said the other women, they don't even know they hoes. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know that they're acting like hoes. At least a hoe know that she a hoe. Why other females think they not hoes like that, but then they act like hoes and dress like hoes? I don't get it. You could think I'm being harsh, but remember, this is an adult conversation. If you are immature or a child, you will run from these things. If I said something that pissed you off, it's going to burn a fire under you and you're going to run from this conversation. And you just going to go out there being a whoremonger or a whore all over again with no change in your life. And you being a whore, you being a whoremonger is going to affect everybody, all of us. You know what I'm saying? The whole world is affected by you not keeping your legs closed. The whole world is affected by you not being able to not have sex with all them women like that. If it was a new sexually disease that came up overnight, and let's say the disease only lasted, this was my thought I had last week. Let's say a new sexually disease popped up overnight, within 48 hours. And if you had sex with any of those people within 48 hours, you would die. And it was broadcast across the board. People would still be out here having sex, unprotected sex, and they would contract it and die.
if you know a woman that had a whole face, she's a hoe always. I promise you. Don't let her tell you no doggone different.
Hey, she talking. Listen, fam. We need to stop this nonsense. We need to stop this nonsense. Stop this nonsense of telling women they need to go through a fucking whole phase, man. Cut that shit out. That's why y'all be fighting so many fucking demons, man. That's exactly why y'all be fighting so many fucking demons. Dealing with, you know what I'm saying, situations where you done dealt with, I ain't gonna put a number on it, but you dealt with all of these fucking dudes. Now you want to settle down. Let's just say you actually find a dude to settle down with. Now, he don't fucking live up to the standards. He don't live up to what you've experienced with all these other fucking men. Now you just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Pardon me.
Thank you, brother, for coming to the show today. And thanks to my sister for coming to the show today. But if you a hoe, you ain't gonna find no good man like that. I'm sorry. Don't no good man want no hoe. Don't no man want a woman that's got to count 36 men. That's low. That's a low number, but that's big to a man. You might as well, if you say a count of 36, what is that? That is 36. That is already, if you said that to any man, you might as well say 1,000. I slept with I had 1,000 dicks in me. That's what you might as well say. When y'all come out there and y'all be like, oh, I want to have a whole phase. Oh, I want to be sleeping around with all these different men. Don't no man want you. You know what I'm saying? Don't no man. And then when it comes to a woman, women, y'all shouldn't want that from a man. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't want a whoremonger. You shouldn't be a man that has faith. He's going to be faithful to you. He's not going to want to sleep around. But then in the culture with y'all, it doesn't mean anything. Y'all like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like a promiscuous man. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is crazy. But let's get some more people in here. If you planning on going out, having a hot girl summer, or you thinking about having a whole phase, you will never be married. I can tell you plain and simple, coming from a man, we don't want that. We don't want no whores. You know what I'm saying? We don't want no whorish women. We don't want no woman that act like a whore. We don't want no woman that talk like a whore. We don't want no woman that dress like a whore. And what my brothers say, we will only use you for recreational purposes only. This is why y'all don't get married like that. This is why they say only 21% of black women to be married. That's sad, family. That is sad, family. But it all starts on what we want. It all starts on what we're talking about, what we're projecting. Got him.
Do not like whores. Let me make this very simple. They may sleep with the whore, they may hang out with the whore, but they will not wife a whore, okay? You guys look for the exception of the rule to try to make it the rule, and that's what you guys were looking for in Megan Thee Stallion. And it is just not reality. The fact of the matter is you cannot make prostitution music speak about men like they are nothing, twerk all day and think that any man in this world is going to take you serious, let alone make you a wife.
So let's bring up the big infamous Sexy Red. She's a young sister and in her early stages of her 20s. And let's just see her. You know what I'm saying? This is an examination at the same time of the experimentation that we taking on just the actor that we see in Sexy Red. Will she get a good man to take her serious, wife her up, and stay married for the next 30 years of her life? Or will the whole stage that she pulled off in her later years come back to bite her in her ass? We're going to see in this experimentation within the years that go by. No caps detected what the sister is saying, because I said the same thing. And I'm a man, and I'm telling you.
And it's only black women that have this mentality. They think that because...
It's the modern woman. Can't just put this on black women. You cannot do that. You know what I'm saying? Because as much as I see our sisters acting whores and being Jezebels, white women doing the same thing, Asian women doing the same thing, Latino women doing the same thing. So this is a modern woman problem. And sisters are the ringleaders, so they're in control of it. Is it white girls or sisters? One of them are in control of this right here.
Because a woman is rich and because she's beautiful, that she's automatically of value. Like, what if, I'm so confused. I don't understand what goes through your guys' brain. Like, you don't understand morals, values, integrity. Those things matter, not just money. I know in your little bubbles, everything is about money. But in everyone else's world, it is not. And until you guys are able to grasp.
Now, to a certain degree, because I've been praying and I've been talking to God for the last 72 hours about it. We live in a capitalistic society where everything is based solely on money. That's the only thing that's of any importance. Okay, we going through racism in this country and we going through systemic racism, but everything is fueled by money. With money comes influence. With money comes power. So to a certain degree, I understand what she's saying, but we still live in a capitalistic society and everything is driven off of money, because with money comes influence. With money comes power.
Basic concepts, and actually listen to men when they tell you what they like and they don't like. You guys will continue to be losers.
Well, sister, thank you for coming to the
That
show
she's
today.
automatically.
Thank you for coming to the show today, lovely. We understand what you're saying. You wanna see your sisters doing good. You want to see the black family doing good. The only reason why we having this conversation is to build up the black family, to give strength to those. If I can come out the whole culture, anybody can. Anybody. And I was in the whole culture at a young age. You know what I'm saying? I was in it at a young age doing stuff. So if anybody can come out, if anybody can change their mind, anybody can. They really can. And this culture will always come back to bite you when you some 75-year-old person living on the street because you don't got somebody. It is very important for men and women to have a partner. It is very important for women and men to build together for their future. Let's take out the whole culture. It's important for a man and a woman to come together as one and to build up themselves to have something. It is so hard. What did the word say? It's harder for one person to get warm by themselves. It's harder for one person that's sick and they don't got nobody to come tend to them. It's harder for one person to fight two people all by themselves. This is what God says about relationships. So you need somebody, and you're not going to get somebody being a whore long term. That'll always come back to bite you. You cannot get somebody, a good woman, to be in your life if you're being a whoremonger. Can't. You'll always have some old dusty ass wicked hoe that you will be able to count on, and y'all be fussing and fighting till one of y'all die. Can't trust, can't believe, can't depend on anything that they talking about, because they never want to live the traditional ways that we have started through this whole culture. We have turned it into a whole tradition. Let's keep going.
You guys open to dating a reformed hoe?
No. That's like buying a car with a lot of
you
miles.
You don't know what you gonna have when you get it.
That's like buying a car with a lot of miles.
You gotta find out. By the time you find out, you fuck around and dug in. Mind you gonna deal with the chick, right? You gonna dip off from your homies. You gonna be locked in with her for a couple months, and then you just so happen to run into somebody. You done posted her. You done run into somebody. Yo, I done did this and that to her. What?
It always comes back. You know what I'm saying? To you ladies out there, you know what I'm saying? You finally, you know what I'm saying? This gonna come a point. If you don't stop being a hoe right now, sister, you gonna finally get a good man. You gonna love the hell out that man right there. You gonna be in a position to where you done changed your ways. Now you got under your belt that you've been a good girl for the last 4 years. None of that matter. You know what I'm saying? Because being a hoe will always come back to bite you in your ass. Look what our brother said. This is what happens every single time. I think this is God in the midst of the works, because he don't want his son with a hoe like that. It's gonna get around, you know what I'm saying, of what you were doing with those other men. That man is going to find out. And even though he's the love of your life, he's going to walk away from you because of your past. Your past will always affect your future.
Probably got a video of it too on their phone.
Because my thing is, if niggas is all in agreement saying now all these bitches is going, unless we're all going to be single for the rest of our lives, low-key got to make a decision.
I ain't gonna lie, all these bitches is going, but they going for it.
I would rather be by myself for the rest of my life than have to deal. I already prayed on it 10 years ago. God know I ain't playing. God loved me. He done kept me away. He done helped me change my mindset. I would rather die alone than be with a hoe. I would rather die alone than be with a contentious woman that's going to bring me misery, pain, and suffering all the days of my life. I don't got no moral support. I don't got nobody I can turn to. I don't got nobody that I can trust in. Do you know how much that means to a man? To actually have faith in somebody and to be able to trust into them, knowing that when the world outside craps on me and treats me like shit, and I gotta slay down all these damn dragons and all these damn monsters, I can't even come home to a woman I trust. I can't even come home to a woman that has faith. I have faith in her. She done built up. I trust this woman. I would rather be by myself. Brothers, thank you for coming to the show tonight. Thank you for coming to the show tonight. Can I get an intermission? So for my intermission, we're going to look at this and I'm going to ask a question. Now, was he wrong? You know what I'm saying? Was he wrong? Remember, it starts off at a young age. At a young age, we got to get on our sons and our daughters to teach them up to the right way to go. He is a father. That is his child. That is his daughter. He does not want to see her out here acting like that. It's a lot of black folk, a lot of my brothers and sisters that would entertain this thought and this concept out of their children, and they wouldn't correct it. And they just let it go. You know what I'm saying? They just let it go. And then it turns into the big hole. It turns into the big, what did God say it was? A whoremonger. That's how it starts out. It has to start somewhere. But the question that I pose, was he wrong? I don't think so. That is his daughter. He does not want to see that behavior. That was my intermission. Let's get back into the show. So we have to look at it. We have to look at it from a different perspective. And this is not, like I said earlier, you can't put this on black women like that. You just can't put that on black. You have to put this of the face of all modern women, because this is what women want. This is what women entertain. This is what women think is cute.
Starts talking about the condom epidemic and gets roasted by the older millennial.
Last two guys I've like in the past months have suggested using condoms, and I'm like kind of being offended by the condom epidemic. I don't know how I feel about it.
if you're going to be out there having sex, which I suggest that you not do because you need to be married in God's eyes. The marital bed is something that is set apart and holy to God. At least be smart enough to wear protection. Damn, what's wrong with y'all?
I looked up this chick, and so she does a show, I think, podcast, under the Unwell Network, Call Her Daddy. And all of her audience is usually young girls. So I'm like, you are literally promoting to young girls to sleep around, be a hoe, not use condoms. Obviously, she's probably a Democrat. I'm sure you would just get an abortion anyways. But I'm like, this is mainstream. When I started podcasting, I was reaching out to networks, and they said I was...
They should close down every single abortion clinic in America. And, you know, a lot of my sisters would come up and they would say, well, you know, Jehosa, what if that was forced on her? You know, Jehosa, what if that would cost her life? Now, those are things that are understandable, that I can understand, but you have to understand God's rule. Thou shalt not kill. You know what I'm saying? Thou shalt not kill. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the 10 Commandments. And so many different women, you know what I'm saying? If I brought in the statistics and the numbers and the stats of all the abortions in this world, you know what I'm saying, in America, it would probably bring a tear to your eye of all these different people that was never even given a chance, that was born out of lust.
Too controversial. And I was like, interesting, but you can talk about not using condoms and being a huge and that is perfectly acceptable. She can now sign to one of the biggest, we'll call it, agencies in the country. By the way, all of her content is just this. It's like, I tons of dudes, I love to drink, I have an eating disorder, and I'm like, this.
So you just can't put that on black women. You cannot. The modern woman, with her liberation movement, and she want to fight for her rights and all of this good stuff, and you supposed to be the code. Okay, it's just like the show that I said yesterday. Okay, I'm like the vice president. I'm the CEO. Which one is more better, the CEO or the vice president? That's the man's spot. The woman will always have 49% share ownership in the company. She is up there. She's the vice president. You know what I'm saying? She is the vice president, but she only has 49%. The man will always have 51% in that company. The company is y'all together, the relationship. If you can't see it like that, you would never be able to make a man happy. You would never be able to please a man if you don't give him his authority. You don't even know what a man, if you can't give a man authority, then you really don't want a man. You don't want to see him happy like that. But let's continue. So you just can't put that on black women. You just can't put that on black women. You cannot. The modern woman, she gonna have to change. Let's put it this way. If women don't change, our whole society is going to take a dive in a fall. Don't you see it? We're living it right now. You know what I'm saying? If women don't change their mind, if women don't change how they think and what they want, our society from this point, it is horrible. The relationships between people. Horrible. You know what I'm saying? All the interchanging relationships and situations between people. You'd be like, damn, Jehosa, you would just throw that all up on the woman like that. But if women don't change right now, you could say it's a wrap on our whole society. All is going to be raised is killers and players and pimps and scammers and con artists. All these things is produced by this whole culture. Now, I'm going to have to end it here, but I see that I'm going to have to pick this series up. So this would be part one. I won't be able to do it tonight. I don't think I got enough time on me tonight to do it tonight. But if I do. But I promise you this, you know what I'm saying? Like, share, comment, subscribe, pass the word. It's your brother Jehoshua Israel. We'll come back with this series again because this has to be something that we look at with the fine eye on it. We got to pull up the magnifying lens to it. We got to do some dissecting. We got to really look at this, you know what I'm saying? Because when the truth, once more again, when the truth is given to you, it should set you free.
You're just so offended, and then
Let's go back,
of course. But my thing is you want to act like a hoe until it's time to be called a hoe, and then you clutch your pearls because you're just so offended, and then want to be treated like Coretta Scott King. If my memory serves me correct, y'all was coming at me talking about leave Carisha alone. She's not a side chick. She's not this. She's not that. Let her get her bag. The same women that's saying that back then are the same women that is condemning Carisha and talk about how we should have what happened to people having shame and stuff like that. No, you was glorifying that, right? And see, my thing is, I'm not talking to the people where it's on the weekend or Sunday fun day at Chapman and Kirby, shout out to Houston, and you just want to let your hair down. You know, I'm not saying be a prune or nothing. You know, live your life, have fun. But who I am talking to is people that glorify it and want to normalize that type of lifestyle. You can't be 5 toes in the square world and then 5 toes in the game. I'm not hoe shaming. If that's what you want to do, then do that. But don't sit here and 1 minute you want to be treated.
But we do need that. We need more whore shaming in our community. And that goes across the board for all communities, because the woman can be the downfall of any society, and the men and the women that she is producing, because she is the first teacher. She is. Remember, the man is supposed to go out there and lead. The man is supposed to protect. The man is to provide. The woman is supposed to be the first line of defense on teaching these children the morals, the principles, and the attributes that they're supposed to carry as productive members of society.
Treated like a wife. It's like some of y'all are way too old to be this gang goofy. You don't live the same lifestyle of your favorite Instagram influencer. You a everyday woman dating everyday men. You don't have the same luxury to put on your lace outfit, trying to find your simp, thinking you giving wife. No, you finna get fucked, and when he's tired, dumped.
You heard what she said. I got to end it here. Peace and blessings be to your night. Glory, glory to the eternal, forever living God. But until next time, peace and blessings be to your night, my brothers and my sisters, my kings and my queens.